Doing the eggy leggy. Hello. Hello, Ragdoll. Hello, Kira. Hello, Chip. How is... Oh, fact! Immediately. Immediate fact! I need to up the price of facts. Fact! We will learn things today. In Maine, I'm presuming the one in America. There's probably more than one in America. In Maine, a tunklehead is an idiot. There you go. If you want to go to Maine and insult someone, there you go. Hi, Dark, I miss. How do we do? Are we good? Let's put on some background music, and as usual, I will go to the Grim Fandango because it's good. Nice background music, and it doesn't trigger YouTube's copyright system. Yay! Not talking to me. That's fine. Fully understandable. I've forgotten where the thing is. Where is the... we need music. There it is. Oh, we got the opening music first. Nice. A little loud, maybe. Turn it down a smidge. Hello! Oh, hey, King Vader. You're good. Yee. People, be good. Yeah, I'm just gonna do a doodle stream. I have no plans. I mean, I have a backup plan, but that's whatever. In case nobody has any ideas. I will be taking requests. By which I mean looking at requests and going, nope, 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 no. I might be able to do that. Doodles! It's the doodle time. All the pictures that we did on that particular screen there, that was on a apart from the parsnip. They were during doodle streams. It's been a long time. Doodles! Is it this one? I think it's this one. There we go. Yeah, how's everybody's day going? Is it good? It's Wednesday. Yes? Think it is. We're in the nebulous era between Christmas and New Year's, so time is thrice the illusion it has been. Been working on stitchings. Yeah, I saw the after I finished streaming, I saw the thing you were working on before. It's cool. I bet the mania this ensue with only people trying Valheim for a doodle. I'm gonna have to draw all of us as Vikings. Is that what's gonna happen? I think it's Wednesday. You put the bin out, so you hope. Ah, I see. Yes, bin days. That's what. Well, I was about to say that's what keeps us on track, but during the holidays here, bin days are erratic. So, it's Wednesday, but it doesn't feel like it. Yeah, I don't know. What do we do? What does do? Problem is, if you want to do a really quick shorthand for a Viking, that involves a horned helmet. And we know that's inaccurate, and I don't think there's horned helmets in Valheim either, so... What's going to cause the most panic? The first brute or troll? Probably a troll. It's been a while since I've had to deal with a troll. Happy because Bear received their card! Nice. Yeah, people are receiving... Kiro finally got 2 cards. No horned helmets, no. Bin days are Tuesdays there. We didn't do that yesterday, so Wednesday. We usually put them out on a Wednesday for Thursday, I think. But it's all different for this week and next week, so... Maybe all of our characters are opera singers. Maybe. And good old Ride of the Valkyries. Kiki is a Viking. I'm not good at drawing Kiki. Took me bloody ages to get that emote to look right. Okay. Might like to use reference. How do cats do? Oh, Honestly, I have a stream where I can do whatever I like, and you immediately make me draw a cat. How absolutely dare you. For the next 3 hours, let me try to figure it out. Nice. Also, watch Glass Onion this afternoon. You must watch. I haven't seen the first one yet. I like murder mysteries, though, so I'm up for it. And to practice drawing Kiki more, I guess so. It's very cranky at the moment because everything's different. And it's cold and it's windy. It's not good enough. We keep opening the door and it keeps being windy. The nerve on the eye is very big, but... On the plus side, this looks more like a cat than any of the cats I drew for Project Via, so...
Pretty kitty.
Pretty kitty. There is at least one Norse god who's got a chariot pulled by cats. Nice. Oh, Freya does. Nice. That puts a character in Final Fantasy IX in an interesting position. But anyway. Supposed to be getting the fun storm that's been rattling the States. Oh no. Thought of it being a Freya was right. Nice. We shall all learn the Norse gods and become one next year. Who's your Norse god? Who are you? Who will you become next year? You're in a God of War mood today because you got a video recommended to you about Hermes, so you made the mistake of watching all the Greek games. You have regrets. They're different games, turns out. How do cats work? I don't know. Yeah, I feel like that's not how they work. Sort of like Kiki as appearing in the Aristocats. Neat. We've only seen one interactive boning section so far. What? Oh, did the old God of War games have that in it? Oh, great. And people hate that there's so much talking in the new God of War games, but you can't deal with the old ones because either big orchestral music or complete silence. Atmospheric music is it's relatively sort of, or yeah, sort of atmospheric orchestral music or something like that is relatively new to video games, and they're going hard with it. I don't know how cats work. Ms. has told us to watch Glass Onion, yes. I bet. There's so much tids going on, so many tids. Well, I'm surprised you weren't gushing about it. Hi, watch it. I want to watch the first one first. I know it doesn't matter, but I like seeing how things develop. So we'll wait for that. I say we'll wait for that, as though anyone else has to wait for me to catch up on watching things. God, you'll be here all life. I've seen Aphrodite yet. Well, it's... You're bracing yourself, so you should be. It's very difficult to get across just how fluffy Kiki. Anyway, how are you, Bear? How are you, Bear? You alright? Having a good time? Having a good day? Apart from watching Glass Onion, presumably. I've seen Tumblr seems to be quite a fan of the main character. And he plays Among Us. For some reason. They had to censor every image of her on the wiki. Oh. Telling about Norse mythology and all of the boobs and baby making that went on. Are we? Are we talking about? I'm drawing a cat. You guys are doing all that. I'm drawing an innocent cat who has never done any of those things. Violence and big boob was the style of the time. Well, it's based on the Greeks, right? Ancient Greeks, specifically. His daughter in Stickers and Prints. Nice. One of the regular enemies of the game, in one of the games, is a completely normal lady with her tits out who has weird spider legs for arms. Oh. Lovely. They did Quelaag wrong. Benoit Blanc is a good BB. We saw all of the old Greek stuff. How many big boob did we see? We saw a lot of boob, a lot of tid in the British Museum. Dark Souls is one of those in that game. She doesn't have spider arms. She just has spider waist down. There's also Dark Souls 2, where somebody has scorpion waist down. Which I think is a more interesting design. Not a good boss, but hey. Anyway, here's cartoon Kiki looking at you judgmentally. Am I gonna finish doodles? While we come up with ideas for what I do next, I will finish the doodle. Oops. Give me a layer that's not transparent, thank you. Sorry, I've forgotten how to talk and draw. Which bodes well for the draw through next year, didn't it? That's why we have a soundtrack in the background. There's more of a sort of brow. Difficult to capture the keek, in more ways than one. They're missing a lot of chat. Kiki but lying down, then Kiki but asleep, but Kiki but Greek. Oops, all Kiki. Remember to do the login bonus thing in a couple of hours. I did it this morning, so I'm doing it in the mornings. Thank you for reminding. Kiki through the ages, historical Kiki. I'm abandoning the outliers, and now all of comics are going to be Kiki. Just meowing at people for food and being judgmental. Throughout the years. Cats, but also in perspective. Good, good. This looks less like Kiki than the sketch. Hooray for the sketches. I don't remember how eyelids work in 3D, or how eyes work in 3D. Let's try again. Or doodles must be good, apparently. I'm trying to get the essence of the line without actually doing the line itself. Closer. Got worse when the spiders from her boobs. What? Spiders from her boobs crawled into the eyes of a guy who was in prison. Yeah, now we're getting Dark Souls 2. Oh, who was a prison? Oh. No, that's not Dark Souls 2. No, that is Dark Souls.
La 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 la.
Thank you, Hazel. La 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 la. Eat some fudge, miss. Calm down. You can't. You will soon. I will do that in the coloring phase. Eyes are hard. That's why it's in the freeze. Soon! Yeah, we can stop talking about that. There aren't any spiders in Elden Ring, are there? That's something. See, the series has advanced. Pretty certain. There are big ants, but they're not spiders. And they're cool, people ride on them. Got little saddles. Spoilers for Elden Ring, I guess. Sounds like a minor spoiler, but I really did enjoy discovering everything in that game for the first time, so... Elden Ring just had the Scrappy-Doo Dino Dogs, yes. I didn't enjoy finding them for the first time. Bloody things. Probably shouldn't be lining this, actually. Let's just do that in colour. Cool. Colour. Still not too happy with that. How do you make a Kiki? This is a good question. In this lecture, I will... Kiki looks like she's caught you looking at her tail. Now, this is Kiki's face when you are... Trick is just so fluffy. It was easy to do a digital painting of her because you just draw fluff. But with lines, how do you do it? Anyway, also we don't have any shading or contours going on here, so it is what it is. I haven't done that yet. Cool. Jib has already drawn the perfect cat. They have mastery over the cat doodle. We know this. It's why you decided to put me on the spot and make me draw a cat. Honestly, how rude. Chibi's here. I could never compare. Well, I could compare, and I would compare unfavorably.
Not just a cat, a kai.
A kai, of course. Now to remember what's going on with the patterns. Gonna have to look up reference for our patterns. Don't worry, I have plenty of reference. Because of course I do. Look at our face. Smooch their face. I probably shouldn't. I mean, from memory, this wasn't bad. Right up until I stopped doing it from memory. Oops. Rightio. Yeah, what am I doing for the next doodle? Come on, quickly, quickly. I'm not the one who has to do everything around here. Come on. A frog doing road work. Can do. Okay, very, very quick. Yes, I know. This is supposed to be a doodle stream and I'm shading. Leave me be. I have issues. Those issues are self-inflicted, I should specify.
Judges harshly.
I wonder who that was. Oh, it was Miss. What a pleasant surprise. That was a fact! Hang on, once I've done this, we'll do fact, and then I will draw a frog doing roadworks. Almost done. Any more suggestions for later? Hitman and dress, because there's never enough of that. True. True, true, true. Almost done, almost done, almost done. Gonna do my weird thing now. Doing my weird thing. That's geeky. Fact. What is the fact? The fact is that I'm bad at keeping track of doodle streams and actually being entertaining. 70% of all the birds on the earth are farmed poultry. That's a lot of chickens. Fact is, geek is pretty, and we'll judge you. Oh, hang on. Almost forgot. Can't see those ones, but they're there. Sure, come. Kip. Frog. Right, geeky done. The kip. While I'm drawing a frog, there's random things that I find interesting when, because may have noticed by my random interjections of bits of Dutch. The kip goes tok tok tok. Ah, neat. I didn't know that. That's cool. I'm learning Dutch and it's fun because Dutch and Old English are very closely related. So quite a lot of the things in Dutch are like, as somebody who likes etymology, I like seeing how things have changed over time and how some words that have become the standard word in Dutch are like a side word in English. Probably, you know, post-invasion of the Normans and whatever. So there were some things, and I'm probably going to get this wrong because I only learned them today. Is it schrief? Something like that for writing? Or schrief? I can't remember how you pronounce it. I remember it's an SCH. Schrijf. It's probably schrijf, right? Rather than schrief. Schrijf makes more sense. There's a Y there. Sorry, a J there, which is pronounced like a Y. And I was like, okay, that makes sense, because that's like scribe, right? Or scribble. That's where we get that sort of thing from. We got the word write for write, but it sort of still exists as, you know, the root word for some other things. What else was there? There was, what is it? What's to walk? Is something like lope? Or something like that? Again, I only learned these today and they've gone, because my brain, if I can't learn something in a day, it has to be 2 consecutive days, then it sticks. Lopen, yes. And my brain was like, okay, like to elope. And things like that. There's connections there. But one that I found really interesting was ken, which is to know. And that one did stay with me, because that's still used. In the north of England, and I think in parts of Scotland as well, Miss might have to verify, ken, people just use the word ken. You know, as if, you know, to know something. Which is neat. That's still sort of there. Being used in the same way. I ken what you're saying, exactly, yeah. So that's kind of cool. And the other thing that I found interesting was Chibi gave me a lovely little handy hint or handy guide for how to conjugate verbs, but depending on whether or not you're talking about whether I'm doing something or whether you're doing something or whether they're doing something, so on and so forth. And some of the sort of standard ways that often manifests. And what I found interesting is that the way Chibi described what was happening with that is almost the exact opposite of how I've interpreted it from being given no rules, because Duolingo doesn't give you rules, it just gives you sentences and tells you to deal with it. Which is that basically the way Chibi explained it, and again, feel free to correct, you have like a full verb, a full form of a verb, which usually ends in en, and that's typically used for plurals, so like we or they multiple and things like that, or you multiple. But then you have like pared down versions of that for whether you're saying if I'm doing something or if he's doing something or whatever. So what was the example you gave? Was the hebben, which is to have. So we say we hebben or sie hebben, we, they, have. But if it's just you, if you're just talking about yourself, you go ik heb. You wouldn't do the whole thing. You cut it down. And then you have ones in between, like hebt and heft and stuff like that for he and she. Well, for hebt is you. He hebt. He heft. No. No, it is that way, yeah. He heft. Sie heft. Anyway, point being, you got the in-betweeny ones as well. So you have the full version, and then you cut it down for the short version for other things. The way I've been thinking about it is the complete opposite. He heft, yes. I've been thinking of it as there is like a small root verb, in this case heb, onto which you add suffixes depending on the context, depending on the conjugation that you want. And the reason I think that, and this might just be the examples I've been given, there's probably loads of examples that break this, but the reason is for what you said, which is that the full form tends to end in en, which I've also noticed is usually how you pluralize nouns. Like olifant becomes olifanten and stuff like that. Or olifanta, don't pronounce the N. So in my head, I'm like, oh yeah, it makes sense. You have the small verb, and then when you want to talk about multiple people doing this, you pluralize it. You know, ik heb and de olifanten hebben. I don't know why I went to elephants, but point being, I like the idea that you pluralize verbs. It just seems neat. I like that. I like that structure. But it's interesting how, like, I came to a very different way of thinking about it than perhaps the one that is intended. How do you use a shovel? Shocked you haven't mentioned sandwiches yet. The Boterham! That was one of the really nice sentences that just sounded really nice, was de olifanten eten boterhammen. Which just have a lovely ring to it. De olifanten eten boterhammen. I don't know why I gave this frog a flat cap, but they have a flat cap. Also, my idea of roadworks is very old-fashioned, evidently. You know, I haven't given them like a steamroller or big old crane or whatever. Not crane, what's it called? Digger thing. They look like this now. They may be doing roadworks. They may, however, be a criminal trying to dig up the treasure that they dug. the stolen treasure. You know, like, we ought to hide this away. Quick, there's roadworks there. Come back. Come back a week later. Oh god, there were roadworks. Where is it? It's under the tarmac. That's a pad working on a pad. Oh, yes, that's why you mentioned that as a prompt. I forgot about that. Fun Dutch puns. Also, ever since I found out that the Dutch don't call things Dutch, because Dutch is German, basically. Deutsch. I feel like I should be saying like Netherlandic or something. That's interesting. There's a reason it's said that way, but it has to do with different tenses. You mentioned at one point for the tense, I have done this, it gets kind of tricky. That's because it usually goes, ich heb geverbt and geverbt. And the DT is based on certain letters, which makes, the verb ends in which form, which makes sense, but some words have different letters when they're in the I form and when they're said in the full form. Interesting. I like geverbt, which isn't the word, but I like it. As you have the two people here who have played the most Valheim, do we want to remove the teleport restriction on metals? Yes. Next question. The only real, for me, the only real benefit that gives you is it sort of gives you an opportunity to do more sailing and like explore the world and stuff like that. But I don't know, maybe now we've got a bunch of people in here who haven't experienced that. Maybe we shouldn't, but I don't know. People who have not played much Valheim, do you want to do lots of sailing? And I mean lots of sailing. It's nice. It's a pleasant experience. It's just a lot. For example, verven painting is the full verb, but it's ik verf for the I form. They usually add a T at the end because the I form ends with an F, but because it comes from verven, it actually ends with a V, and therefore in that form gets a D added to the end. Verfed. Honestly, as somebody whose main language is English, I probably would never have picked up that there was a reason for that. I would have just gone, oh yeah, you just use a D there. Because I have to deal with the chaos language. Also, try and work out what perspective I'm drawing this in. That'd be great. Everybody learn Dutch. It's fun. You can always choose not to teleport if you feel like it, I guess. You need to sail to find everything. Your biggest gripe with it is if the server breaks being in the middle of the ocean and losing the boat. That does happen. So yeah, it would minimize that as well. Oops. Hang on a minute. What's perspective? Not sure. Imagine this is happening at night. I've still got to work out how to make it look like these hands are gripping something. They're not quite. Can we get it right? Got it hammered into our heads for that tense. It's a rule, and you get marked down for it in every spelling test and just in general every essay if you ever write it. Yeah, right, fair enough. Fair enough. Interesting. No idea what's being said. You're just here for the vibes. Happy to sail. There's also automation that pulls stuff from nearby chests like mead bases, coal, and metal. You're turning this into Factorio. Valheim Factorio. I usually like to incorporate some sort of pun in these, but I can't think of one. Also, the moustache should probably follow the mouth. So you're not really a fan of it, you like doing it yourself, yeah. Better not be mining for Bitcoin. That's all Valheim is, didn't you know? Valheim is a cryptocurrency. This does not look like the most comfortable digging position. Trying to make that look dangly. Yeah, this would definitely be a redraw if I were doing this for a thing. But hey, it's doodles. Bit Jewish sugar. Fixing all the crooks in the road. Isn't Bitcoin dead? Probably not. And with strange eons, even Bitcoin may die. That's the point. I never drew that, That's a Lovecraft quote, isn't it? I never drew... We did a thing. I read a story. A Lovecraft story. And there was a description of a monster in it, or a creature, a race. And it was just the most confusing description I've ever seen. And I read it to friends, some of you, and we were like, what? How do we... What? And we sort of went off and tried to draw it ourselves. And I did a doodle, and I never finished it. Should do that at some point. Because it was very stupid. Right, okay. I'll sort stuff out. We'll sort it out in the inking phase. That's future me's problem. Enjoy this wonderful soundtrack, not by Adrian von Ziegler. Much though his work is appreciated. Just one thing. Oh, this sneeze is not wanting to come along. I set it up as well. I gave it an opportunity to come along and surprise people, but no. Not even my sneezes are on cue. This is terrible. What kind of presenter am I? Presenter? What? I'm a presenter. I'm going to be the new host of Mastermind. It's ger plus t for every verb that ends with one of the foffskip letters. Minus vowels. That's not a real word, by the way. We're supposed to help with memorize. Okay, cough skip. I've read that wrong. So every word that ends in KFSCHP, every word that doesn't get gid, or every word that doesn't gets ger plus D. And that's also ger plus N for words that you don't remember the rule for those. More grammar. Interesting. Hey, look, I'm just here to learn Dutch. That's what this stream's about, right? Pretty sure that's what I advertised. Everyone's here for that, yeah? Because, yeah, almost everything I've learned at the moment is in the present tense, so... But then again, apparently it takes 13 units to get to numbers, so... Who knows how long it's going to be before we get to the past tense. It's a mess and you probably won't have to know it for a while. Keep to my boterhammen. Yeah. Ik heb 2 boterhammen. Can I confirm more people that there's more damage and health enemies have in Valheim? Huh. Nice. There's an Oobs! Hi, Oobs! I'm living in the now. I'm present tense. Or at least I was. What? Pretty sure I advertised this stream to learn Dutch in your Twitch dive. Your computer was like, well, you don't want this. Bye. Hi, Oobs! I'm learning the Nederlands. Ik spreek een beetje Nederlands. Sounded great. You haven't heard me trying to pronounce any word with a G in it. Yeah, do a lot of G's and H's and R's in a row, exactly. I have a hard enough time with just, you know, goedemorgen and stuff like that, you know. I can't get it far back enough in the throat. But I'm enjoying it. It's fun. It's interesting. Because it's basically proto-English before it was ruined by French. And I'm like, I know. I see. We've kept this word sort of in a closet somewhere. If you had French again, you get Flemish. That can use console commands. Hooray! Yeah, there weren't any more fun sentences today. I just learned verbs. And clothes. I was going to learn clothes. So no more fun gems. What was it yesterday? De skillpad dragen geen klompen, maar ik wel. That was the sentence, right? Because Duolingo gives me only the most sensible things. It keeps making you laugh. So it should. This is absurd. The frog has a moustache. For some reason, I immediately saw them wearing a moustache, so they have had a moustache. And a sort of like proper pencil moustache, sort of Django Reinhardt style. The skill pad, yes. I know the skill pad. I don't know any number beyond 2, but I know the skill pad. And klompen. Also, the skill pad and dragen de klompen. Mum used to speak Afrikaans as a kid. Has a lot of Dutch origins. Yes, it does. Oh, that I do know. It's interesting how languages sort of spread and mold and change, and then sometimes you leave them in the petri dish for too long, and then they grow spores, and then it turns into English. Move along in the language learning, get a grip of Dutch, and then move to Afrikaans. Nice. I'm slowly learning languages sort of in order of similarity. Let's see how far we can get doing that. He says, knowing full well that there's a very high probability he won't become fluent in Dutch. But I'm enjoying it so far. It's fun. There does come a point when learning any language, though, that at some point you're just like, right, now I have to remember 10,000 nouns. Luckily, I have some etymology on my side, but... This is why you can't become fluent in Dutch when even apples can speak it. De appel spreekt een beetje Nederlands. That was one of the early sentences I learned. De appel spreekt een beetje Nederlands. And just in general, de sinaasappel spreekt. So. Duolingo has a time. It just enjoys giving me absolute nonsense. And I enjoy it too, to be fair. These are the sentences I remember. Nothing useful. This doodle got out of hand. Am I going to do the background? Sure. I wouldn't shade it all, though. thought the point of using words in sentences was to make words make sense in context. Nope. There's a lot of nonsense sentences. I'm only recounting the fun ones. You know, trying to think of examples. Again, conjugating verbs is tricky. De eenden lezen niet. Sentences like that, you know. Ducks don't read. An elephant's not wearing a skirt. Stuff like that. Important things. That sounds like we're at halfway point of the stream because the album stopped. Play again. De eenden lezen niet. Yeah. Not a lie. This time it's not a lie. Duolingo, this time it's not a lie. That's the catchphrase. Also, yes, I have learned the word for ducks before I learned three. The great thing about a nice sort of tartan or similar sort of pattern on something is it basically gives you free contours. Keep hoping someday to get a nonsense sentence in your Japanese Duolingo lesson. So far everything's made sense. It's a little disappointing. I cannot tell us about the three ducks. De twee enden en de... It ain't ook. That's as close as I'm gonna get. Expanding yourself with the language can help a lot. Reading a book in the language or watching, listening to media in that language. Yeah. Recommend me Dutch media. And I will watch that before I watch any English media. Because it's me. Right, well that's that. Glass Onion's Dutch. Marvelous. Excellent. I will watch it immediately. Hang on a minute. I always like the idea of playing like games, but setting the language to whatever language I'm learning. But the issue with that being is that I will basically learn, you know, the Dutch for Firaga and potion, and that won't be useful. I think of a Dutch book that isn't a translation from another language. Oh, I will read the Dutch version of Dante's Inferno. Is the Mario movie getting dubbed in Dutch? Hopefully. Apparently all of the non-English dubs are really good. Or from the trailers, people have found out. Dutch authors don't know how to have fun. I don't know. I've read one Dutch author, the name is Jubilee Netherlands, and it's cool. They write good. Granted, they write in English, but... I remember the last Archie movie you watched and you think it was Mikhail de Reuter back when you were 16? No idea what that is. Bear movie is getting dubbed into Dutch. Good. Movie about a historical figure who was famous sailor and fought in the Anglo-Dutch Wars. Oh. Even less people who have to be subjected to the crisp rat. When your parents or dad was watching the show with the sword-wielding demon that was actually 3 ferrets in a trench coat. What? I can do the pile at the back. I won't do anything else. Went too far. I went too far. Good enough. He says adding more things. Don't know how you can be more clear. It's a movie! I thought it was a show. I'll definitely watch it then. You catching glimpses of it and look fun. Who's with the who and the how? Things. Ferrets in a trench coat. We'll go with it. Right. Color. Time for color. Not wearing gloves. Terrible. Oops. Or shoes. So that toe's a bit weird. Don't worry. Yeah, I wanted to try and do a version of the Men at Work sign, but with toads. That's an issue. Only a mild one, though. Sorted. Tabula Rasa is also good. Cool. Still trying to think of any Dutch media that isn't children's media you watched as a child or just after. I mean, I'm not even at that level. Like, I've been doing Duolingo for 22 days. So I'm not going to understand. If you show, don't worry too much about quality. You know? Ooh, oh, I see. Yeah, that's some ferrets in a trench coat. Look at that. Neat. I have a Dutch understanding of a month-year-old, yes. They too are still grappling with the concepts of conjugating verbs in the present tense. What's interesting? If you watch with English subtitles, you can start getting the feel of the language by listening to it too. So yeah, you learn most of your English. Nice. Neat. Neat. By which I mean that is neat as opposed to not. Starting to see similarities. I also, with some words that I learn and I'm like, I don't know, that has no similarity to anything in English. I'm like, or does it? Or have I just not noticed? So I am on the lookout for what our equivalent is of, I don't know, I'm trying to think of examples. They're the ones that don't stick in my head because there's no reason for them to stick in my head. Rock? That's skirt? I think it is. Yas's coat, right. And like, I can't think of any similarity there, exactly. Yas's coat, rock is skirt, yes. Or roke, probably. Yeah. Examples are hard to come by. Particularly if, like me, you only learned these words this morning. Whoopsie doodle, why did I do that? That was a silly thing to do. I just deleted the thing. Don't delete the thing. Hey, if you're doing something, don't delete it. In fact, if you're doing something right now, save. Remember to save, kids. Also, tell me what to draw next. Because I'm not going to shade this fully, I'm just going to do quick. Quick, big shades. Meanwhile, enjoy this jazz. Jazz club. Nice. Dress is Clade, but it can also be Jerk. Yerk, that I have seen that, although I forgot it. I've heard Clade be used for dress, but also yes, the Yerk. That might be a dialect thing. Yeah, I've heard Yerk or Jerk. Broke, yes, I remember that. Ghost on a Ghostocycle. Do you mean what that Nicolas Cage film? Whatever it was called. Always soft J, yes. The problem is it just looks like Jerk, and I want to say Jerk. I like the idea of it just being Jerk. Oh, that was one. Yes, the Underhood. Why is it called Undergood? Why good? Explain. Explain your strange ways. So long as you don't ask me to explain my strange ways, because we're English and we don't have any consistency. Hood as an article of clothing, you guess? Oh, old word for clothes. Ah, I see. I was just interested. It's like I like the idea that it's just like this is under good. Under's good. Don't wear them outside. People will look at you weird. I tend to use hood for clothes anymore, but it's stuck in the underhood. Yeah, I get underwear, but like you wear it under. There's a sentence. You don't good it under. I was not aware of the previous meaning of good or hood. That's the wrong one. I just screwed up. Anyway, that's pretty much done. Ghost on Ghostocycle. Sure. Let's go! What is the Dutch for ghost? We're gonna have to get up reference for a motorcycle, because screw that. The word hood, as a noun, has many meanings in Dutch, especially also in compounds. One of these is roughly a name for linen, cotton, and cloth materials, and things made from these. By extension from that meaning, used for clothes, gooierhoed, best suit, wasgoed, clothes that need to be washed. So the undergoods go under the other goods. Spook! Spook! Nice. East. I like spook. That's nice. I like it. I'm fine with learning etymology for any language. It's all good. Because his next goal is going to be learning linen room. Linen karma. Linen karma! Like this little jazz ditty. It's the Grim Fandango soundtrack. In particular, this track is Blue Hector. If you wish to know more. Trumpets, when played well, are real good. Which is why I stopped playing them, because I didn't play them well. I don't know how motorbikes work, how do they work? It's probably something that goes to this wheel, right? Is that how that works? Sure. Lots of wheelie things. Lots of pipes and stuff that makes a lot of noise when people drive it up the road. Is this like, you know, so many classic medieval tales of like the Headless Horseman and Ghost Riders and stuff like that? Well, surely there needs to be like, you know, modern version. A lot of people have died on motorcycles. Surely there are got to be a lot of motorcycle ghosts. Has to be a thing, right? Not that I committed myself to drawing a motorcycle. Someone suggested it. It sounded fun. It's funny because you soften the R. You sound a bit German. Ah. I'm trying to work out how you would harden an R. I mean, okay, so the R sound is weird because to an English ear, it's quite difficult to sort of determine the difference, but there are essentially two different ways of saying it with your mouth. There's essentially as a sort of L, and there's also as a sort of W. And if you can roll your R's easily from your normal way of saying R's, you say it like an L, because you're using your tongue mostly. But if you find it more difficult, yeah, you roll it. Roller. R. Linen camera. But my natural way of saying it, which is a very south of England sort of thing, is a bit more like a W, where you sort of use your lips more so than you use your tongue. Which is why some people have difficulty saying R's because they just end up saying them as W's. Like Jonathan Ross, if you happen to know him, or Jonathan Wass, as people often refer to him for obvious reasons. So yeah, the letter R is one of those odd things. It was stuck in your throat. It also makes you a bit difficult to understand. That's one of the things, because we've spoken before. I've heard your voice. You've streamed, and that's not something I've ever noticed. But maybe it's more noticeable in something other than English. I don't know. Headless horsewoman with a cat helmet. Okay. You keep showing me these things. I don't know anything. I saw the title sequence to an anime recently. That's as far as I've gotten. It's a little bigger. Neat. Yeah, R's have very different in Dutch than they do in English. Interesting. I do have to find myself like pushing to have different sounds when trying to imitate Dutch, which is why I'm having difficulty sort of swapping between the two when I'm speaking here. I mean, that is not an excuse for how badly I'm pronouncing words. I just pronounce words badly, but you know. It's gonna take time. The main character from an anime called Durarara. Durarara. Which coincidentally was also written by the same writer of the other anime, Bakano. Nice. Because it's still a hard R, but instead of using the tip of your tongue against your teeth, it sounds more like growler, Jason. This is top-notch stream quality. This is my attempt at drawing a very simple motorcycle. Talk Dutch with me more. Yay, thank you. Her name is Kelty. She's a headless horsewoman whose horse is actually a motorcycle. She's great. Nice. Friday, the Dutch language takes over. Yes. All Valheim times will be done in Dutch. Next doodle stream, Chip and Christy just talking the native tongue of Kristen. I try to keep up. Yes, so just as a reminder, on Sunday, which is New Year's Day, for those of you who follow that calendar, we're doing a little stream where we're going to be doodling on Aggie. And everyone's welcome. We're just going to be talking about stuff we did this year, stuff we want to do next year, and having a good doodle. And it's open to whomstever. We'll probably do the voice call in the Patreon Discord so that everyone can get there. And people, if you're not in the Patreon Discord, you can join if you want. You don't have to be a patron. There are just rooms that are blocked off for paid stuff. Nice. Or we could set up a separate Discord room for it. You don't have to join my Discord. There's a way to do it. We can do it. It's fine. Someone else will organize that, even though it's my stream. Sure. I'm not averse to this. This is I have decreed not awful. Although I should probably flip it. I haven't flipped any of these. Not awful. The doodles, putting in entirely too much effort. I know, but I'm trying to get myself back into the habit of flipping things because I just haven't been at all for anything, and that's bad. Flipping is very important. It's like listening to music in a different key. You can suddenly hear it fresh again. Remember, kids, ABF. Always be flipping. Also probably going to try too hard to make this look like a circle, even though it turns into a wibbly-wobbly mess. Actually, I don't want to do that yet, do I? You don't flip. People can deal with the wonky art. It's, you know. It's all a matter of personal preference, personal taste. There's a song by Louis Zong. I've been following their work for bloody ages, and I still don't know whether it's Zong or Zhong. Should be Zong because there isn't an H there, but languages be weird. Anyway, thoroughly recommend all of their stuff because it's great. But they have this cool, wonderful ethos of just like the idea is the most important thing, right? And this is sort of summed up on an album they did, Cartoon Funk, I think the album was called. No, it wasn't. What's the album called? Hang on. It was Cartoon Funk, yes. Which was this year, apparently. And yeah, they have a song on there called Rough Edges, which is just all about that. It's all about, like, embrace the rough edges, embrace the fact that, hey, things are never going to be perfect. Just get the idea to the point that you like it and be happy. There's a Christy! Hello! Welcome to a ghost writing a Mortecycle. How is a Christy? But yeah, the point being, that's something I really need to embrace. Rough edges. I spend way too much time trying to make things perfect. Or not perfect, but like really well polished, and for the purposes that I'm doing things most of the time, that's not really necessary, and it just ends up taking a lot of time for no particular reason. Such is the way of things. Such is the way of me. Mortecycle, yeah. Speaking of which, I like your gloves. Christy has cool murderer gloves. Something like that. Let's not get too caught up in the weeds. The Mortecycle, it can take on whatever form it wants. Also, I've just realised you're not actually holding onto the handles at the right point. That's fine. You do you, Ghost, you do you. No, it's not. It will fix. Also means these are not going anywhere now, but these are the things. I like having structure. I like having a plan and structure and some sort of solid idea to follow. And yeah. And this is why I would be terrible at surrealism. Much though I like it. Do some nudging. Is this what you expected when you asked me to draw this? Me getting into the weeds of drawing various parts of a motorcycle. Yeah, about. Fair enough, because there's no refunds. I'm also considering not having it called Ghostocycle and having it be called, like, Mortecycle? Something like that? Mortecycle? I feel like Mortecycle, given that we're listening to the Grim Fandango soundtrack. That feels appropriate. But your artistic vision. It's fine, we don't have to. You just add enough circles. People will stop asking questions. With the possible exception of what does that circle do? It doesn't help that I know absolutely nothing about the arrangement of the bits of a vehicle. I know pretty much what an engine does and how it works, and pistons and such, but if you showed me a piece of a car and went, what is that? This is a bit of a car, I should put it back. I think it's supposed to be in there. Hey, this is appropriate music. That wheel's not in perspective. They're turning, it's fine. You turn on a motorcycle by changing the direction of the wheels, yeah? That's how that works? I've seen people turning motorcycles, they sit perfectly upright, and the wheels just turn underneath. That's how it works. Yeah. You usually turn on a motorcycle with a key, but you could be wrong. Jokes and japes. Jests. I have a cheat. That I can do. That didn't work for some reason. Where's the thing? Oh, I'm doing that. I'm an idiot. My cheats rely on me being smart, and this is an issue. Blending mode, darker color. There we go. C'est magique. It's cold, but you're looking at the good arts. Hello, niece. Well, enjoy the good arts and let me know when you come back to the stream. Not sure about the yellows. Oh, yeah. That's more like it. Keep it in the blue and pink territory. And thus we rely. I've decided for some reason that ghosts are like smog. That's how I'm shading them. Or a little bit like the white blood cells in Ozzy and Drix, or whatever that show was called. I should know! Why? What did I do? I went on a date with one last night. I did do that. If there's one thing they really, really liked, it was candles and gangster rap. So that's what's playing during this motorcycle montage. Some rat-based gangster rap. Gangster rap. I could probably draw one more quick thing before we stop. Anyone got any ideas? Now it's at 9 p.m. already. The time is an illusion. Tonbury clown. Why must you come in here and insult me and my family? On this, the day of my Tonbury's wedding. Let him go. Blip, 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 blip. Draw an M. Oops. I forgot to do this for the frog, but I'll do it now. I don't know why that wheel's in front of that. Don't think bad. You asked me to draw a motorcycle, this is what happened. You get the ghost of Barbie. Oh. Turtle. Misty suggests an Em and a Mal in matching outfits. Cool, that's rare. There is a Barbie movie coming out. This is why I thought of Barbie, because I've seen people sharing gifs of trailers, presumably. Matching onesies? What onesies? That's the question. Watch the trailer and it's unhinged. Marvellous. That's what you want. Give me my sketching colour. Thank you. The entire trailer is a reference to Scarface. I don't know. See if you can find a video of the frame by frame. The frame by frame for it. Oh. Watching the trailer right now, and it's a huge reference. There's a reference to what? Goodfellas. The Godfather. What? I don't know. 2001: A Space Odyssey. Okay. Sure. We got O Fortuna going on in the background, or? We won't worry too much about what's going on down there. It's the same shots, but with Barbie instead of a monolith. Obelisk. We still got to decide on the onesies. Of how much Mal loves their mugs. He does, but he's bad at showing reciprocating affection. He's bad at reciprocating affection that doesn't involve beating people up for your benefit. Dinos? Do dinos? Kermit Dino. Now I've got to draw dinosaurs. Why did you do this to me? Derby weighted dinos specifically. What? What? I'm drawing dinos because you have a pound of fudge in your freezer. How does that work? The fudge made me do it. I've forgotten where this soundtrack is. I'm on Louis Zhong. I wonder whether Louis Zhong will be happy for people to play music on their streams. Probably, but I wouldn't assume. There it is. It's more like a frog. Oh, that was the thing. Okay, so soon I want to start work on a longer Outliers comic. Once I finished Poltermon. But I do want to practice drawing the Outliers because it's been a while. And I want to get to the point where I can just sort of draw them a little more freely rather than having to think too hard. So what I might do is I might set up a thing where, like, I'll do these little sort of pseudo comic things where you can ask the outliers questions and I can just doodle them responding, because I've seen people do that on like Tumblr and stuff and it looks like fun. So yes, I might set up a thing at some point where you can ask them questions and they will do something stupid in response. These onesies have mittens. For added cruelty to Mal. Outliers, the Ask blog. Coming an Ask blog. I assume that's a thing, I guess. Like I say, it won't be like a kind of mainline thing, it'll just be for practice for stuff, but I think it'll be fun. Hopefully, maybe. Yee. Don't know if it still is, but it used to be a big fan of thing on Tumblr. For there just be an Ask blog for pretty much every character on the show or something. I guess I could just open asks on my Tumblr for like, hey, do you want to ask any of my characters as a thing? Specifically recently for Outliers, because I need the practice. Start an RP blog. Tumblr asks is a good idea. Yeah. Thing is, I never open anything like that because I never do anything consistent with my characters, so I just assume nobody knows any of them. So, but I feel like the Outliers, for those of you who have been paying attention to my nonsense for as long as some of you have, the Outliers are at least consistent enough that it might be worthwhile. Well, at me in those Tumblr questions list, where it's ask me anything and then followed by a bunch of emojis with questions. Lots of AU ask blocks. Ooh. This looks like Mal as a teenager. The nose too high. It's because he's dressed like a cutie pie. Which he's very happy about. He's loving his quality time with them. Sorry in advance for spamming my Tumblr notices. It's fine. It always gets me excited. And it's like, oh! I usually have, you know, 2 messages and they're both... I've been followed by the porn accounts. But hooray for actual notifications. And 75 of them. To boot. Doesn't make any sense. Tumblr bots have been insane lately, I know. Nature is healing, the porn bots have returned to Tumblr. The secondary accounts notifications are nothing but followings from porn bots. It's always like name, 4 numbers. It's the same format every time. I was also going to say it also looks pretty short compared to M, but I mean that's not new. Mal is short and M is huge. Your batting arm has gotten out of practice. Gonna have to sit down and make work of blocking and flagging them all. Yeah, I did that the other day. I did it, but all the way through I was like, wait, hang on, that wasn't a real person, was it? Hang on, no, it's okay. I'm gonna feel real bad if somebody actually tries to follow my stuff and I just block them by accident. Midwell recently we brought it back down to under 100 followers. That's the thing, it's like, ooh, but it does inflate my follower count. Ego. Uh, Always check the blog just in case, but it's always the same format. Yeah. A lot of porn bot spam in tags. The follower count on Tumblr means anything. Yeah, true. the other internet media sites have tricked me into thinking numbers are important. I'm an algebraist, god damn it. Yeah, it doesn't, and I know it doesn't, but also number go brr. Going to search for sleep. Have a wonderful sleep if you haven't gone already. Thank you for being here. It's always good to see. And yeah, good luck with the search. I've also put M in a very baggy onesie, which is strange because I'm not entirely sure she's going to find a onesie that's going to fit her, let alone one that's baggy. If you want number to go burr, play Cookie Clicker. I've never played Cookie Clicker. We will simplify matters for a second. Just doing that. And doing this. Okay. Did a good job with the lines on this one. I did say matching. Do they have to be the same colors, or sort of automatically going for like Mal-esque and M-esque colors, or is it just two dinos? They're gonna head out. Streams keep getting longer. Yeah, sorry about that. We will do a short stream at some point. Have a lovely sleep. What's the thing? Velterusten. I remember words. Have a good one. Shorter streams? Never. To be fair, I think I did at some point change the thing at the bottom of the stream with all the details and stuff. I think I changed that to 7 to half 9-ish. Won't be going much longer, just very quickly shade this colour and shade. Oh, hang on. Yeah, there we go. Sort of matching. Shouldn't really be colouring against white, but streams. So what's everybody up to for the rest of the week? That's something I haven't asked yet. Any good fun times in the void that is the week between Christmas and New Year? Writing! Go try and get some writing done for your very dumb book. That is the best description. I'm on board. Might try to draw something for a friend who has a birthday within this void of time, and do more drawing stuff later, and read some stuff. I'm setting up basically everything for New Year, so and finishing off a couple of things that should have been finished by New Year, but I'm bad. And maybe making a start on Christmas present that I was supposed to have done by Christmas, but didn't, because time. My family are used to this at this point. But yeah, good luck with the writing, and good luck with the draws. Always forget M's freckles, and they're important. Very important. Almost done. On this incredibly serious character study. Yeah, I forgot. The way I do shadows, which I still haven't yet explained, and I should, because I like the way I do shadows on colourful things like this. The stronger the colour underneath, the less shadowy it is, so you do have to go down on very highly saturated colours and sort it out manually. That's supposed to be a... what is that supposed to be? What are these on dinosaurs? Blades? Spines? I was never the dinosaur kid. Miss runs in here from down the corridor. It's not dumb! Sprints in out of breath. Having been listening on the radio in the toilet. Oh, it's set to multiply. Whoops. I also need to do my video about what all the layer styles do. Because it's very interesting. And the stream that I explained it on is long and boring. Find some spicy. Think you can all bad your mouths yourselves when you're making tea, but you're wrong! That's fair. Understandable. Deserved. Wasn't going to do hard shading on this, but nah, it's outliers. Can't stop me. Pressure sensitivity feels different today for some reason. Hopefully my tablet isn't going to pack it up. I'd rather need that. Strange. Do any of the outliers know how to sew, and would M convince them to make some onesies? Mal makes quite a lot of his own clothes. It's by far his most well executed skill. Would M make a one? Mal would probably make a onesie for M, but would probably draw the line at making one for himself that matches. I did have a couple of comics that sort of explored Mal's tendency to sew and make his own clothes and stuff like that. I had this idea that he sort of like drink sews, So like when he gets really, really drunk, he'll just like go into Rufus's wardrobe and just like retailor all of his clothes, turn all his trousers into skirts and stuff. Never could quite frame that as a comic, but see, these are the stupid things that I have in my mind about these characters who I've made like a comic of in the last year. M Commission 2, not saying who the second one was for. I mean, if M Commission 2 with, like, Mal's proportions, Mal probably doesn't know his own proportions. He just sort of tries things and sees what works. And he's got a good eye for things. He doesn't know measurements. Which is infuriating for someone like Rufus. Measure the thing! Ah, I got it. Rufus is gonna have to learn how to sew in self-defense. Really? A needle? In the hand? Without, like, chainmail defense? Got any goals for 2023? So, today I wrote out about 50 post-it notes, each of which has a project on it that I want to do at some point. And put them up on my wall so that I could properly look at them and go, right, I have time for this, I don't have time for this. This has to go after this, etc., etc. So, the short answer is yes. The long answer, I'll give you a tour of my wall. That's what thimbles are for. There's choking hazards. You underestimate the neuroses of Rufus. Why can some people do stuff perfectly without measuring anything, without getting a millimeter wrong? Mal's annoying like that. Like I say, it's sort of like one useful skill. He's very good at it, but he has absolutely no interest of using it for anything other than stuff he wants to do. So that's Mal, baby. So yeah, long story short, that's probably what happened. M made Mal make these without telling him that they're for him, and he didn't notice. But M tricking Mal into making a set of matching onesies is very funny. That's what happened here. That's canon. He's like, why didn't I not see this coming? I should have seen this coming. Of course this was going to happen. Oh yeah, that happened. I can fix that. Can I? Try and fix it. Good enough. Yeah, I'll get back to that. That's fine. The shade of this doesn't matter as long as it's not black. Fine, it worked out. I made my own doom. Needless to say, both niece and dog have left you to your keyboard. Yay! Keyboard freedom! Freeboard. I feel like that needs to be lighter. Yellow don't work, dark. Direct. Just sort of turns into sort of mucky brown. Wear a pink. Pink work fine. There we go. Tiny details no one cared about. Didn't mean to keep you here so late with this one, by the way. I'm the one who chose to shade it. The guilty pleasure drawing, right? Having fun even if late is important. Yeah, this is nice. Not for Mal, but, you know. Generally speaking, this is nice. Probably can't even tell that changed. Cozy, even if not by choice. Again, he's good with the hugs and all that sort of stuff. It's just, you know, the onesie's not his style. These Mallows is well made. True. He will toot his own horn about that. But he's not happy about it. Yay. There we go. This was a stream. We drew some things. We doodled. We droodled. Yeah, I am considering at some point in the new year maybe doing some morning streams that are either just doodling or working on some bits and bobs. Because I don't do an awful lot of drawing on stream. Outside of, like, big challenges and stuff, you know? Oops. Called that folder onesie folder 2. Actually, I'm gonna call it 2Z. That's a good deal. Love watching it. I'm glad you had a good time. It was nice. It's always worrying doing a doodle stream because it's like I have literally no plan. Hopefully it's good. Yeah. Doodled. Yeah, why is that there? What's that all about? Go away. Sorry, I just realised something that was in OBS that has no business being there. How dare it? Hasn't done anything, it was just there. Anywho. Enough of that. We will be back. Why do I keep pressing that button? Oh god. Boom. Oh, it says Crumble Vikings. I don't know what we'll be back doing on Saturday. If everyone's available, we'll be back to doing Zamble stuff. But it is New Year's Eve, so people probably won't be available because hootenannies need to be happening. Yeah. Just something good whenever. Don't worry. That's not how that works. Everyone has bad days. Not because of you. Thanks for streaming so late so you could be here as well. Yeah. I'm glad people get the opportunity to be here if they want. I would stream longer, but there's a thing called energy, and it's scarce. Maybe Valheim on new server or Zombles? You'll probably be here. I'll be here. I'm gonna stream something. I don't care. I'm not doing anything for New Year's. Yeah, and then Sunday, group draw, first stream of the year. Everyone can come together and doodle and do stuff, if they so desire. Or you can just chat. That works too. You'll be at parents. Yeah, I thought there might be sort of issues. I know Chip usually does stuff with family and all that. We'll see. We'll be doing something. Maybe we'll do New Year Vikings. Maybe we'll do Zombles. We'll do something. Something will happen. Currently available for games, but let you know if that changes. Yeah. We'll do something. Friend times will be had. I'll make sure of it. Oh, bloody hell, we are at almost 3 hours. I didn't realise that was the time. I thought it was like past. Yes. But yeah. Have a good night and week and so on. You have a good night and week and so on. You. Also you. Also Christy and Bear and Miss and Dark and Ragdoll. Thank you for a wonderful stream. Thank you for being here. Hope you enjoyed. Everyone go and eat something nice like fudge. Have a good time, everybody. I'm gonna find some music to end on because we've listened to enough jazz. What's really silly? We have something really. I mean, I play a lot of really silly stuff, so I'm kind of running out of really silly stuff. Hello, Chris. You're a champion. You're good. You're great too. I don't do nothing. I'm just silly. I don't know. That'll do. Yes, that's silly enough. Cool. Have a good time, everybody. I'll be back on Saturday. There's also a chip stream tomorrow, probably. So everyone watch that. Goodbye! Look after yourselves. Goodbye.